Hey everybody, welcome back to IXION. Picking up right where we left off. Look, the ship hasn't even reached the Pyrenees yet. I have no idea what's going to happen. Let's check it out together.
The science ship has arrived at its destination.
The Pyrenees has been disabled by the pulse. Its drones have been fried, its missiles detonated, and as the pulse hit, electrical arcs and explosions rippled across the ship's hull. The Tiqqun crew standing witness all the while. We have successfully entered the Pyrenees through a breach in its hull. All the doors and airlocks not damaged by the pulse have closed. Most systems that are visible appear to have melted. The walls ooze a black, gritty oil. All right, let's go investigate that further. In the meantime, we have enough stuff to keep ourselves afloat. We got this Faraday cage, which is, I guess, helping, you know. I guess it did for the initial pulse anyway. We do want to get the cryopods from this side. So I am going to have one of our ships, let's say Koala, you can do it. We'll go ahead and get the Koala to go and get the cryopods from this side so that they'll we can bring that science team back home. They are heroes of humanity, dude, because if this ship was allowed to destroy us, that might just be game over for the entire human race, right? So these guys surviving it is awesome. They will be welcomed back as heroes. In the meantime, I need lots of ice to keep myself to having food. And so I would like to, I guess the only big source of ice is way over here. There's another really great source for carbon and iron, but we definitely don't need that. I suspect we don't need any more carbon for like the rest of the game. Because I've just got so many polymers, I don't even know what to do with them at this point. So what I'm gonna do is yeah, just make sure my fleet is never going to get carbon. Nobody needs to mine carbon, and we'll just make as many as we want, I guess, as we go. But we don't need to scavenge carbon anymore. Let's take a look at our crew. You know, everybody's still happy. We're holding our own there, no problem. We have no homeless. I believe we are still opening cryopods, right? No, we don't have any to open, at least not in Sector 5. Do we have any in Sector 1? No, so there's just no cryopods in storage. Very good. So we're okay to shut these down. And in fact, at this point, I think we're probably good to dismantle this one. Maybe this one. Actually, we could just send all the cryopods to Sector 5. We don't need anybody opening in Sector 1 anyway, so let's go ahead and just dismantle these. And then we can maybe have something different here. We could build something different here, possibly better homes. Don't know. Let's take a look at our crew. We have 40 more workers than we need there, 20 more than we need there, almost 40 more than we need there. Yeah, lots more than we need there, almost 50 more than we need there. 40 more there, lot more there too. Okay, so we're really good on workers. We can look at maybe building other things that we don't necessarily have any of. Things that may be useful. I'm not sure what that would be. Ideally, a nuclear power plant here would be kind of cool, just because we have more power if we need it. But honestly, it doesn't look like we need it though. We're pretty solid on that. What we don't have at the moment though is enough hydrogen. We are going to start losing. We're going to start losing our power, so we're going to have to start shutting things down because we won't have the power to do it. So let's just shut down the electronics factory for a little bit. In Sector 6, yeah, we have this as minimal as we can go, and we just don't have the hydrogen. So I think the fleet should now focus on bringing in the hydrogen. Yes, all of these ships. Let's say we bring the hydrogen in. Is it being stored in Sector 3 at all? Or is it 4? I think it was 4 that had the storage for it. Yes, 4 has it. So what we want to do is say that 4, all of you ships that are in 4, we're going to have you focus on bringing in hydrogen because there's 1,800 that's been mined already. So you should be able to go out and grab it. And there's a whole bunch of it right here. And so if we just make this a high priority really quick, we can sustain our power for the foreseeable, I guess, well, for the short term. We could get our power from there. And then also from here, here, and here. We'll just make sure that these are a high priority for you guys to go ahead and grab. All right, Pyrenees. The interior of the Pyrenees has been severely damaged. Blue fire still flickers in corners of the ship. Whole areas have collapsed in on themselves. Some of the debris looks almost organic. We have taken pictures of what appear to be biological neural networks seemingly used in the activation of the ship's airlocks. Drones litter the floor and hang from broken piping. On our way to the storage location, we passed by a huge translucent pod. Decaying bodies float in the white bath of liquid it contains. You can see the color of their uniforms. Crew from the Entimenanki. This thing's basically a Reaper. Can we just take a moment, all right? Mass Effect fans, this thing is basically a Reaper, right? All right, because it looks to me like it's all sort of like a mixture of organic and synthetic, right? It had a very robotic voice. It was speaking basically the exact speech, right? So it's the same thing. And then it looks like the crew from the Entimenanki have been brought in. They're in these white liquid baths. The ship itself has organic material. I think it's just absorbing organic material to build upon itself, right? Can we just admit that this is basically a Reaper? Okay. Despite the many obstacles, we have reached the devices that hold the Remus coordinates. We are ready to activate transfer. So now we need the Tiqqun to go to the Pyrenees once more to get those resources. So that sounds like something I'm going to do. Can I see anything valuable nearby that I can maybe probe here really quick? Nothing? Some ice over here. I guess we could find some more ice, but we don't need any more iron. At least not yet. A lot more iron over there if I need it, though. And then there's also a probe still on its way to that spot, so that'll just happen anyway. There's also another spot, looks like, right over here. I'm looking for points of interest, though. I want to know if there's anything my science team can do. I only have the Barshaville. Doesn't look like there's anything they can do. Okay, so we're going to get more ice on the map, at least. It is significantly far away, but we will get at least some ice located while we can. And then we're going to move the Tiqqun to the Pyrenees. Go. 1.8 cycles. To the victor goes the spoils, okay? There we go. Okay. So I think it's a waiting game now, right? There's not a whole lot I can do here. I've got pretty much everything I need already done. And unless I'm opening more cryopods, which I think I've opened almost every cryopod that's available in the game. I don't think I've left any behind. And that's another reason why people are probably happy. Water is only half full. That's because of the ice. We're working on that. Same thing with Sector 4. Because of the sheer amount of food that we have, though, I think I can delay this problem by turning off one of the algae farms. We'll go 2 farms at a time now. We also have research that made the mushroom wall even better. So we can increase that because that's using waste. We have lots of waste. So we can do that instead and supplement that water shortage that we're going to be dealing with. Okay, we are now where? Oh, right there. Yep. We has arrived at the Pyrenees. Oh, God, that's so cool. It's been destroyed, but yet the drones still swarm. That makes sense to anyone else? The drones are still here. They're still swarming. The graphical effects of this is strange to me because we have hull integrity problems now. Very weird, I think. But oh, while we're traveling, we have okay. Oh, never mind. So that was just appearing. No, they're still here. The drones are still here. But it's just what they look like. It's not actually affecting our hull anymore. So, fine. I thought we had already parked and that was like actually affecting me. Okay. Let's connect the Tiqqun and extract the coordinates. We're going to find where Remus is. Finally, we have got one more jump left in us until this hull rips apart entirely. So, we got to figure out where this is. This is our do or die moment. If the Pyrenees doesn't have what we need, we're going to be kind of screwed, right? So, let's hope that it has everything we need and more. I'm going to take and make sure I get all these resources. Let's just kind of go like so. Now all these ships, man. I need more ships, don't I? I don't see any hydrogen coming in here. Sector 4 should be doing nothing but that. But they don't appear to be going towards the hydrogen. So Sector 4, what gives? Right, it's still this problem. Let's get... tell you what, let's get this to be iron really quick. We can empty this out. Then we can start dropping off the hydrogen, hopefully. The hydrogen then gets immediately transferred away. Sector 4 should be moving the hydrogen, yep, immediately. it'll go over to Sector 6. We want to have this maxed out all the time. We're going to drop off the iron here, but then the iron should also be getting moved because iron is... Sorry, it's not being managed. Manage this and send it off. So this should now be going to 2, which we want to max out. Oh, sorry. I already reduced the storage in there, didn't I? I need to do that again. Let's get... I want less carbon. Can we just have less carbon, please? I need a lot less carbon. Let's move this carbon to here. We'll go iron here. Move the carbon over here. And when we have iron storage there, we can then say that iron, sector 2, max it out, please. Now we get shipments. Good. Now we can finally unload this stuff. Pyrenees. Transfer is complete. The lights are green. We took advantage of the time it took to recover the coordinates to analyze what was left of the system on board the Pyrenees. The use of its main weapon as the Entimonanke's defense efforts left it terribly weakened. The ship seems to still vibrate with what perhaps could be called its final breaths. Normally I'd be like, "Aw," but in this case I'm like, "Justice!" It should not be long before it fully collapses on itself. We should get as far away as possible. When this amalgamation of evil technology breathes its last at the end of its agony, it could be devastating. So we should get away from it, basically. The end of it all. So let's get away from this. And we will go over towards... we need ice, but we need hydrogen worse. I think we need hydrogen more. Let's just go to the planet. We should be far enough away if we go to that planet. 1 cycle. We'll just get away from the ship just in case it's like, you know, timed or something. I don't want to leave the system until I've got these cryopods. That's required. I want that. Those guys are heroes. All right, I want them back. And it looks like our ship is finally left to go get them. So when we get those guys, then we'll jump.
Probe has completed its scan.
Although we have tons of hydrogen and ice here, I kind of feel like I should sit here and gather all this hydrogen and ice before we go anywhere else. I don't need iron as bad. You guys really don't need to be mining that. Probably all you have to mine, isn't it? Let's have no mining of iron. We're good. Go do something else. Ice would be good, actually. Go do ice. Or silicon, you know, whatever. Just go do that stuff. And we have stuff to pick up here if we could too. So let's get that. High priority this. I mean, I wish I could just like mass select, but it won't let me do it. There's nothing else here that I need, right? Definitely don't want carbon. I've got way too much of it now. There's some more iron I could get there. I think I just sit here. I think I'm going to sit here with my crew a safe distance from the Pyrenees if it explodes. And, you know, outside the storm, all that stuff. I'm going to gather some hydrogen so I have power. And then we'll jump. And so what I could do is I could bring myself down. I think actually if I shut off the nuclear power plant, we should have enough power if I do that. I believe we should have enough power if I do this. Yeah, we do. So we can stay afloat now without using the hydrogen. And so we'll just basically accumulate hydrogen without using it. And then we'll only turn this on when we need it. But at the moment, we don't need a lot of the machinery we're running, including electronics factories and stuff. We don't really need that stuff. We got plenty of electronics anyway, so we can shut that down. And we have tons of food in storage. I just want the cryopods. We get the cryopods, we can leave, I think. So are they there? Looks like they are. Yep. And if they are, that means we've opened them. We wouldn't have opened them in 1 because that's done. So that means we're opening them in 5. Is that the case? Maybe. Let's see. Cryopods are not there. We're gonna go minimum there. Not there, not there, not there. Okay, so that's the only place we ever have cryopods is right here. So we must have opened them already. So the heroes have returned to the Tiqqun. They're being greeted. There's parties and cheering. Yay, everyone! Just like New Year's, right? And so I'm gonna sit here just for a little bit longer. Okay, so I actually moved over to 12J because this huge pot of, I guess this huge collection, if you will, of ice was kind of all right here. So I wanted to be closer to that for extractions and everything. It's looking like my mining ships are about to go all the way over there, and I'd rather they not do that. So I'm going to tell them just to avoid this for now. And if that's the closest they're going to go, I think I'm just going to pull them in back. Yeah, we're just going to pull them back. So let's say, hey, you guys don't need to do anything anymore. Just come on back to the Tiqqun. We're getting ready to lift off. We need all the ships to return to the Tiqqun. So we'll go ahead and collect the final bits of this ice, which there's still 698 of it here, so I'd like to do that. We've been trying to fill the tanks. Everybody is nothing but ice right now. And we've loaded ourselves up on all the hydrogen we'll ever need, I think, so we're good. Also want to take a look at this. Look at the drones. They are flying everywhere. You actually get to see the drones that fly around. And they're like, yeah, it's actually pretty good. And there's actually quite a few of them too. So every once in a while, I'll see them, especially around Sector 2, because this is where they originate from. So they're all just flying around here. It looks pretty good. We have 148 science left. And I've gone in and I've gotten the water treatment center. And I think this will help me with water too. So what we're going to do with that is I'm going to go over to Sector 3. There's this little area here, which was going to be used to expand this field. And I still could do that if I wanted to. But instead of doing that, at least in that spot, we're going to do the water treatment center instead. It has a little bit of a bigger footprint than these, so I won't be able to do that if I'm going to do it. But what happens here, it takes 100 power to run this. And this is going to take our waste, which we have plenty of, and it's going to satisfy the water needs of this sector using waste. And you're just going to do that directly. So we're going to have that happen first, and I'll just say that I want at least one electronic in this sector, and that should get these drones to bring it in here just enough to provide this building with the electronics that it needs. So once that's built, we'll have that. And of course, we're going to need 100 power capacity left over there, and that's when we will go in and we will start using the hydrogen. And once that's in, we will now have 100 power capacity available for us to just get our ice built up again, because we need it. Okay, so I think maybe once we get over like maybe 1,000 ice, I think that's probably what I'll leave, about 1,000 ice. And I don't need anything else. There's a lot of stuff here left, but I don't think it's necessary to get everything. We're going to the final sector now, right? I think we have the Remus coordinates, so we should be going there to find out whether or not we're going to survive or not. So I'm going to just basically let this run until this ice here is collected, and then we'll jump. There's got to be ice in another sector, right? So we'll just get this and we'll jump. I'll be right back. All right, so here's the water treatment plant. It's online in Sector 3, and it's going to use the waste in the sector to provide for the water needs in that sector. So we could say activate water compensation, and I'll just go ahead and turn on automatic on that. And we should see the waste start running there, I think. With 50 waste, you can activate water compensation for the entire sector for 1 cycle. This compensation remains active as long as the building is powered. So there you go. And it will provide for all the water needs for all of our crops. And it's a little different color too. So you can see like this is like a dark, and then it kind of comes up there like that, which is kind of interesting. So we're going to use that to keep these farms up and operational. It means we're going to use less ice, right? I've got 1,000 hydrogen in stock on this vessel. I've got more resources than I know what to do with, and I got 108 science left over after pumping in a whole bunch of research on the drone bay, which has been awesome to have. So I think we are ready to rock and roll. I've moved over here. I got all these things. I'm really far away for the Pyrenees. It's time to hit this button. Let's go see if we can.
In accordance with Frau Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tiqqun before volt jump initiation.
There we go. So science ship coming back.
IXION engine ready.
The IXION engine's ready. I'm going to wait for the bar shuttle to get back. I know it'll probably do it for me anyway, but let's just bask in it, guys. We've made it to the final section, final system, right? At least we think we have. We think we have. Let's go. One more time. All the people who've been watching this series, thank you so much for doing so. I'm starting to see just like pretty great reception for this. Recording this, I've only got a couple videos posted, but You guys have been amazing. Like, it's I think the algorithm picked it up and put me on top, so that's great. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for watching this. It's been wonderful to meet so many new people, lots of new subscribers. We even had a few new members and patrons join because of it, just to get access to the early access. I realize that's probably why, but hopefully at least you've enjoyed the content enough to maybe stick around for a while. If not as a member, at least as a part of our community, because we'd love to have you. Is Remus here? Have we arrived? Are we in orbit of it? Should be the right coordinates, right?
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. I sense Remus. We have reached the Ilia system.
I sense Remus.
Structural failure of the Tiqqun is near. We should initiate the Neocond colonization protocol.
Yes. We should bring everybody and colonize. Our hull integrity is just too much to bear, I say. So we're gonna fall flat on our faces. Let's take a look really quick. This is Palatine. Move Barcheville here.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
And it looks to me like we are slightly negative on our hull integrity, so we're gonna need to do something about that. Let's get a probe out, see if we can't find points of interest, right? We've sensed Remus, right? So it's probably, yeah, right there, that yellow marker, right? We want to do that as soon as possible. So where is the yellow? Wow, you're not helping me out at all, are you? Come on, game, right there. That's probably Remus. Looks like it's a pretty ideal distance from the star too. So good. Now to get our hull to be as good as possible, right? We need to increase our repair, probably, it looks like. We have a negative 130 from the Vol jumps, which is massive. Our hull definitely can't take anymore. We're gonna need to repair a bit more. And so I'm thinking about like how to go about doing that. And the EVA airlocks have been good. They take up the same amount of room as the docking bays do. So what I'm thinking of doing is we have this in Sector 5, and there's a spot available. What I'm looking to do, I think, is to maybe unequip, if you will, quote unquote, these ships and move them around. So we could take, for example, the Troy, bring it out of here, the Arch, bring it out of here, and move these two ships over. And then what I'm going to end up doing is tearing down this docking bay and putting another EVA airlock in. And that should allow us to keep the hull good for the duration of our stay here and give us a little bit more time. I think it'll allow us to do. So I'm going to unassign Lucian. Can't be unassigned while docked. Okay. We'll unassign the Barcheville, which means it's going to have to come back. We're also going to go ahead and unassign... we can't do this one, so we'll do the Troy. We'll bring that ship that we had, not the Troy, the Barcheville, bring that over here so we can at least get our science going again. Once this ship leaves, we can then try to unassign that. There we go. And now we don't need this anymore. We can get rid of this now. We do need to offload it, and you can see that the hull integrity is dropping like actively right now. So we're gonna need to offload this. I need iron storage and carbon storage right now. So I'm gonna say we're gonna set up more storage. Carbon should be good with a small one, but the iron is gonna need a big one. So the iron is gonna go, I guess maybe all the way over. How I want to do these. I think right here is fine. Well, iron will go here. We'll have that be a high priority construction. We should have electronics in this sector. Yeah, a lot of them. And then we'll also go in and do a small storage. You can put it right here, I guess. A small storage right here. This will hold the... What was it again? The carbon, right? This is going to hold carbon, and you are going to hold the iron, okay? 3, 2, 1, go, everyone. We want to get this thing emptied out so that we can destroy it, dismantle the building and destroy it. So we need all this stuff to be moved out of here as fast as possible so that I can get an EVA airlock right there, because it looks like we're going to need it. What else could we do? We still have this. I don't think there are any additional upgrades I can do to the EV airlock. It's all done. The Tiqqun hull, this could have actually worked for us really well when we were fighting for our lives. I'm gonna get this anyway because we're gonna have to move over to the new planet, and that's gonna deteriorate our hull too. So at least we can have less damage when we do that. Is there anything else I could do to get this happening? Science ship, mining ship, no. Crew quarters, doesn't matter. Waste treatment center, no. Docking bay, loading and unloading is faster. I mean, I guess I can queue it up, it doesn't hurt, but especially with people. So we're gonna do that. Just keep an eye on this. 446, 445, 44, 43. It is still dropping, so we are actively losing it. So let's do this. Everyone move the supplies out. Let's go, go, go. Carbon goes here. Let's go. Yep, all the ships. We have 2 ice in here, which is interesting. We'll go ahead and make this for ice. That'll get that out of there. And that can all transfer. So sector 5 is where we're going to transfer this out. Ice goes. Iron should be going out. Yep. And then carbon should also be leaving as well, if it can. Okay. We are barely with enough power right now, and that's because we have the nuclear power plant on. That is also only because...
People of the VBS Tiqqun. I am Agora of the 3rd generation.
Huh?
We, the IXION guides, know that you have been searching for Remus for a long time. However, we have established a delicately balanced ecosystem here on this planet.
No.
That cannot suffer your presence.
You kidding me?
We remember Dolas as our first and closest ally, as the one who made the Neocon Parsheville teachings visible.
So you're gonna allow us?
Pioneers of genetic conatus, you have suffered repression, persecution, and extermination. In memory of the doors you opened for us, of our common past, it is our turn to open the door for you.
Okay.
There is a way for you and your crew to join us. You may be a part of our community. Shape it. We will no longer be we. You will no longer be you. We will become us.
Okay.
For this to happen, you will need to be genetically optimized for life on Remus.
What?
We will incorporate your genetic heritage into our society. You will follow the elder process my predecessor applied to us.
What?
You will be adapted to the planet's gravity, to photosynthesize. You will live in symbiosis with Remus. Let me be clear. Humanity's mistake has been its attempts to transform ecosystems, to deny its place in them. We do not terraform, we change.
Oh.
We are not intruders. We are a crystalline part of the ecosystem. You will live longer and work according to your abilities and passions. Our elites guide us with pragmatism, intellect, empathy, and with sensibility. We have no other interest than to follow genetic conatus. Let us show you the new cradle of humanity. Trust in genetic conatus. We followed a self-similar pattern.
This game does like to say self-similar quite often, don't they? Okay, hi Agora, representative of the Ashtongites is here. Wow. Okay, I assume that you're talking to me because we've found your planet, Remus. There it is. Barsheville will first go to Palatine. Palatine.
Has arrived at its destination.
We will see what's up with this. I'm actively working on getting this taken care of. The hull integrity is the most important thing, so we are looking at doing that as fast as possible by removing one of our docking bays. I'm going to get ourselves another... I think another source of ice would be a good thing just to help us with survivability while we're here. Once we have the hull integrity going back up, we will then make the Tiqqun take a trip over to Remus, and that's where the Tiqqun will be orbiting in the meantime. So we've almost got most of this iron unloaded. We have to get all of it unloaded, otherwise it won't allow me to build this. And then I'm going to go in, I think really quick. I can always tear this down, but I'm trying to make this be faster. So I can always tear it down later. But I'm going to make this an iron as well, because I've got to get this done quickly. So hurry, 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 go, go, go. And we've got lots and lots of alloys in this sector already, so building the EVA airlock shouldn't be a problem as soon as we can get this unloaded. Lots and lots of cars, drones, trucks, whatever you call them, are moving around there. Let's get the probe to see something else here. How about we get any more points of interest? We can't really visit very many of them. I only have one science team, but I might decide to get a second science team in place of one of the mining vessels. So let's go ahead and just send probes around while we can. And this docking bay is gone. So immediately what we want to do is go into maintenance space. Yep, space. EVA airlock. We want to pop that right there and make that a high priority construction. So go. Having this EVA airlock will allow our hull integrity to have a positive balance instead of a negative balance. And that will restore order, restore balance to the force on the Tiqqun. We obviously have a lot of storage and stuff here, but that's okay. For our fleet, though, I think I'm going to actually... Yeah, I think I will do that. I think we're going to have... we'll only have 2 mining vessels. So we're going to take Zweihander here. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And we're going to have another science ship go here. And it looks like I have to build it. So we'll go like that. That's the Francis. We have Conan, Francis, and Peepodoo. I don't know if that's actually how you say it, but I'm going to say it. It's Peepodoo. Taking a look at basically everything else, though, we're super set. You know, lots of happiness here. I don't like how there's a permanent stability negative for this. I mean, granted, I'm obviously taking care of it, but the fact that there's a negative, permanent negative for being in other systems and staying there too long and all that stuff, like, there shouldn't be a -2 from fearing the Pyrenees anymore. That shouldn't be permanent because the Pyrenees is dead. Discovering the fate of the Pyrenees probably shouldn't be there anymore, but I just don't like how they are permanent. I think it creates the idea, or it creates the need for more of these decorative things to take place than are necessary, but whatever. Like, I don't know why anyone would be fearing the Pyrenees right now, you know what I mean? So we'll go ahead and do Palatine really quick. Despite the interference from the intense cloud cover of Palatine, our probe was still able to detect unusually high levels of mercury on its surface. The planet's environment is toxic, but should not pose a problem to our teams, or for our teams. We've landed near the highest registered concentrations of mercury. A huge river of the element flows over a cliff, a waterfall in silver, ending in an ocean several kilometers away. We can establish meteorological analysis infrastructure. I don't really think I need a whole lot of science right now, do I? 134. What else do I need to research? I do need a lot of alloys, but we're going to start using more of them, so I kind of want to save them. Let me see what our alloy is like before we do that. Let me see what our alloy usage is like after we get the new EVA airlock up and running. I need to know what we're getting ourselves into here. I don't think I need any more cryopods either, but probably not. I can shut this off until I need it, I guess. Maybe even tear this down and get something different there. Okay, we are now repairing the hull. Everything seems good. And we have a plus 54 balance. So I do want to... I got to see. So right now, everything is running at high efficiency because there's a lot to repair. But the efficiency goes down over time as it becomes more and more repaired. And the reason for that is that it takes longer to find the problems to repair, since there's less to repair in the first place. So we will get less efficiency as it goes. But as long as I see a positive balance, once it gets to, being way up, it's possible we'll never get it fully repaired, right? Because again, as it goes up, I've seen this comment. That's why I'm explaining this. Because this comment's happened where like people don't know how to get the hull repaired and stuff like that. Hopefully you figured it out before you see this video. But in case you haven't, as this becomes more and more repaired, the balance is going to go down because our efficiency is going to drop. And eventually you'll get a negative number here, even though it's not actually falling. And that's just because it gets up to the point where it's going to go negative and then it drops, but then it's positive again, then it's negative, then it's positive. So you can't necessarily have it 100%, but at least it doesn't drop all the way down. And so that's what this is for. That's how you read this. as far as I understand. So we should see this positive plus balance drop over time, and indeed it is. The hull points repaired per cycle is dropping as it goes too, because the efficiency is going down. But with this many airlocks in place, we may be able to maintain constant 100% with this. And I'm hoping we could do that while we travel, but it may not be necessary. So one less docking bay, one more EVA airlock, and that takes care of our hull problems, okay? Food looks pretty good still. Power's looking solid. We may even... We're actually at the peak of our power, so I may want to just bump this up a little bit, I guess. Just so we can maybe turn on some other stuff. I don't know what we're going to need for assimilation, but just so we can turn on some stuff. And then if I take a look at our balance here, it does look like we are at least producing a positive balance as we go. So I think we can maybe afford to have the meteorological infrastructure go ahead and be installed, and we'll have Whale go ahead and do that from Section 2. There shouldn't be anything in the docking bay, so that should be a fairly fast thing to take care of. No? Oh, there is a lot in the docking bay because we still have tons of iron, yeah. All right, well, maybe Whale can still do it. I don't know. Maybe they'll still be fine. We do have a second science team now. So Francis will now go all the way over to the Remus. Maybe we'll stop by Vulcan to get this science, and then we'll go to Remus. Freaking Vulcan is here. Nice. So Remus, Vulcan. So we're going to go all the way over there. We're going to say hi to Spock, get this, and then we'll proceed to Remus at that point. Do we need any other resources? Aside from hydrogen and ice? I don't think so. We can focus our attention on hydrogen and ice. And there is another point of interest I could probably get right here too. Yeah, right there. So let's maybe go ahead and get that. And then we're going to focus, of course, on ice. So lots of ice. Go get those mining vessels. And then we'll go ahead and bring them in with those vessels there too. Just focusing on ice first. Okay? And hopefully we can get this cleared out. It's going to require me to move the alloys to somewhere else. So let's max out Sector 6's alloy count, and then we can reduce Sector 2 to 0. Yep. So we should see Sector 2 getting emptied out a little bit now, being pushed off to other sectors. And I think... What? How do we get an accident? Tech lab has been disabled due to an accident. 28 crew members were injured. What? Stockpile is disabled due to an accident? Where is this? You have optimal working conditions. You have optimal work. Breakdown has occurred to prevent proper... Why accidents? Everything is super optimal. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's optimal now that it's all shut down. I mean, we have lots of extra people, so I suppose we can send them... the accident took place in what sector? 6? No. No, there's an accident in every single sector at the same time. Wait a minute. What? So you had an accident in Sector 1. An accident in Sector 2 as well. 3 had one. For every single... At the same time. All right, what's going on here? That doesn't make sense. Hospital. We are treating everybody, I guess, but a tutorial on workplace safety while I'm near Remus. Yeah, good. Thanks. Awesome. We're gonna keep an eye on that. I don't know exactly how that happens. That seems very sus. I'm very suspicious of this. That said, science team should have arrived. Nope, not quite yet. We have Plutarch there. I'm just gonna get the science and then come over here. And then one more probe. I really want to find all the points of interest with the probe. Let's go send one over that way too. Maybe we can even get...
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Yeah, it's gonna provide us with the science. It's fine. For more research, I think we can maybe go and get mining faster. No, that's not faster. That's extracting 10% more resources from a deposit. Oh, that would have been helpful to have a long time ago. Again, it doesn't matter. Like, it just means it took a little extra time. It didn't actually cost me anything, but still, that extra time, I suppose. Doesn't bother you at all. You get to have me cut ahead in the video, don't you? Huh? I'll be right back, right? And we just get to go. Yeah, exactly. I don't think we need to do anything with the fire stations right now. I would like to get at least the possibility of more I guess I don't need them though. I don't need them with multiple sectors having them. I guess that's sorted out. Let's go. We'll queue up the docking bay upgrades, I guess. And then, how are we doing with Vulcan? 2, 1, good. Okay, we're already there. Let's look at it. There are numerous electromagnetic disturbances on the surface of the comet Vulcan. Oh, it's a comet, okay. First visuals capture the comet's vibrant green tail. We've landed on the Vulcan. Proximity analysis indicates that the comet is shedding large amounts of boron. Significant electromagnetic disturbances have also been detected. They appear to be similar in nature to those that were observed on the Roktansky comet and the Immortan system. Is this the time? Is this the moment where we touch the sphere? Are we gonna do it? Is now the time to touch the highly, probably incredibly dangerous sphere? I did promise that I would do it. I said if we encountered another one, I would touch it. So if it gives me the option, I will do it.
The VVS Tiqqun, we have detected the presence of a BMS warship in the Ilia system.
No. 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 No, 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 no. We're gonna have to fight again with our hull. I mean, at least I got the EVA airlock now.
The Pyrenees has followed in the footsteps of your Vol trace.
But it was shut down.
No weapons, no military solution against such an enemy. To ensure the survival of this settlement in Ilia, you will have to find a way to silence him, once and for all.
But I already did. I already did it.
A new request awaits your attention.
But I already did. He's back? What? That doesn't make sense. He was completely shut down. Oh my God. You can't fully kill a Reaper, can you? Well, okay then. Here's what we're gonna do. First thing, we need to make sure we have a plethora of ice available so we keep our food up. I don't think we need any more carbon. We don't need any more iron or anything like that. So probe away. Oh, we don't have the probe? This might be the right time then. Go over here. We're building a probe. Okay. So we're going to want countermeasures as soon as possible. That sucks though. We have a request from Sector 4. What is it? Guess who's back? Back. I might actually make this the title of the video. Guess who's back? And that'll just be it. Just guess who's back. And then everyone will be like, that's the title for today? I don't understand. And that now you do. Now you understand. Now you get it. Administrator, everything confirms the sad truth. The Pyrenees has followed us to the Ilia system. Great.
Administrator, I am not dead yet. I will feed on your pitiful community. I will build my rebirth.
Yeah. So.
Are you ready for your simulation?
Okay, wow. You need to just chill. Just chill. You need to chill out big time, all right? I'm not happy with your presence. We're getting countermeasures now. Getting those up and running. I did get probed. I did get probes here. There's another probe there, and there's another probe there. These are resources we can gather. We also have extra points of interest for our 2 science teams as well while we do this, while we deal with this. We have not started to deliver this infrastructure yet, which is really odd. I figured we would already be empty in Sector 2 yet, but turns out not yet. So what we should probably do is have the waste treatment center for now shut down. That will cause us to use more iron to make our alloys. The iron can then be drained from this. as well as potentially the alloys themselves as we use them. There's also 5 cryopods still in this, so we haven't actually gotten them emptied yet, which is a little more disturbing too. Since we're not processing waste, we will build up a supply. I don't know why the ice is in this sector. It shouldn't be. So I want to move that out of here. So 2 ice, 0. It should be moving over to other sectors. Please go do that. Move it to sector 3. No, not 3. Let's just do halvesies on this one and halvesies on this one. And then it'll regulate itself. So let's get the ice out of here.
Happy New Year, Administrator.
It's such an appropriate thing for like what we're dealing with right now. Vulcan. We ventured down into the crevasses of Vulcan, seeking the source of the electromagnetic disturbances. Entering a small cave full of luminescent boron crystals, we stopped to take readings. Results seemed to vary. Proceeding further in, we found a large floating gray sphere, similar to the one we found by the Medusa crew. After liaising with Tiqqun scientist. Oh, like liaison. Got it. Liaisoning with the. I guess it's liaising. I never heard that word before. Liaising, like using liaison as like a verb. Okay. Hey, I'm not that smart of a guy, so there's things I just don't know. Tiqqun scientific community, a number of controversial theories have been put forward and proposals made for possible experiments that might be attempted on the sphere. Debate continues. I've noticed a growing fascination for the sphere among the other expedition members. This is absurd since it is obviously only for me. Oh, I did say I was going to do this, didn't I? I did. I said I would hit it, so I will. But can we do all of them? Based on our previous interactions with the Raktansky, scientists of the Tiqqun have proposed a number of theoretical experiments that could be conducted on the sphere. These should allow for a complete mapping of the electromagnetic interactions generated by it. Okay, I mean, we could do that. Hey, look, we're going to conduct experiments on the sphere, and then maybe we touch it. I don't know. Allow the team free reign. Study it as you see fit. Yeah. I mean, this is still. Yeah, I mean, this is still interacting with it, right? Let's do it. We'll do that one. Okay, that's still touching the sphere, right? It's still doing scientific experiments on it. Did we get our? Oh boy, what do you want? Forbidden planet. Naomi Protocol, DDoS, attack to flood the Eden, blah, 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 blah. Administrator, this is Roland Lindbergh of the Sector 1 Scientific Syndicate. We're once again taking the liberty to overriding Dolos protocols in order to contact you. We did some analysis on Eden after she was attacked by the Pyrenees PA. We've unearthed some interesting files. Information on Remus and numerous colonization protocols were present in Eden's database from the beginning of the Tiqqun's mission. And that's not all. Of course it isn't. We also discovered details on another viable exoplanet within the Ilias system, the planet Romulus. Oh god. Guys, why? Come on. You didn't have to be that on the nose, okay? This planet has been masked so it doesn't appear in any reports you receive. We've put in place administrative countermeasures, and we encourage you to send them to the team. I heard you. That's interesting, because then we don't need to settle with the Ashtongites. We could settle with a different planet, which maybe is one of these. We haven't seen the probes land yet, so maybe Romulus is over here. Is this you? Aventine, okay? Maybe it's over here. I don't know. We don't have any more probes because we're doing countermeasures instead now. Oh, good. Okay, well, we're kind of waiting for our... Gonna wait for our teams to go and do things. There's lots of ice on the map, so we can have the ice while the Pyrenees does its thing. I really wish we would have developed some sort of weapon system.
Ship team has completed a task.
Like, developing a weapon system against the Pyrenees, I think would have been better. I mean, countermeasures, I guess, sure. But, like, we went into this thinking, okay, cool, we can deter attacks. But we did not go into this thinking, oh, we're just going to use a pulsar to destroy it. That was temporary. Like, what's your plan to destroy it, not just run away, right? Because, you know, it's like a bully. You know, you can run away from him all day, but he's just going to keep coming. You got to hit back if you want to. Okay, kids. It's not official advice, okay?
Has arrived at its destination.
This is the crew of the Medusa. What? What? I don't know how you managed it, Administrator, but we have returned. We have been with the Medusa, existing in ways that seem inconceivable to us now, passing through strange, solid, liquid, and gaseous lands. Matter behaved in a pattern outside of our accepted understanding. Time was not linear. Days were lived, where the chronology of actions were not the same for every member of the team. We drifted in this Fraustian morass, lost until we... How did the Medusa die, didn't they? Didn't they explode? Wait, wasn't it the crew of the Medusa that was... I feel like the Medusa was the one that got... like turned into the creature, right? Wasn't that what they were, or was that a different team? How the hell are you back? Doesn't make any sense. Till we were extricated by the Francis team. Our ship is now in orbit of Vulcan. What in the actual? I don't understand how the Medusa got back, but we can't use it because we don't have a docking port for it. So it's just gonna sit there in orbit. That's fine. We have Romulus here. Might as well go take a look at it while we're here, I suppose. Okay, so this game's just getting really crazy now, and I'm not sure what's going on with it. I will say, though, that there is potentially a much better usage for this spot than a power plant. And, you know, I realize that colonizing this world, this new world, we may need more colonists than we have. So I might just pop this down here and say the colonist is going here instead. And if we need more power to run it, because it's only 2 power, I guess. But if we need more power, then I just, you know, crank this up, I guess. But weird. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the heck's happening anymore, man.
Ship has arrived at its destination.
The more science coming in from Romulus. So let's take a look at science. Is there anything else we could do? We still don't know what this is. And I'm wondering if this is what's going to be revealed soon to beat, like, to actually destroy the Pyrenees. But I feel like that should just be here, like an upgrade to this specific thing.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Proceed. Leaving Eden. This is Roland Lindbergh of the Sector 1 Scientific Syndicate. Eden continues to block Romulus despite our countermeasures. I won't beat around the bush any longer. We need to shut down Eden. She's altering all the data presented to you, as well as the data that crew members exchange with each other. You probably noticed this already. No. Eden obeys the principles of Dolos, which today are probably more than a century out of date. She's programmed to prevent us from reaching Romulus and making a fresh start. She won't deviate from the old dreams of the long-crushed corporations that brought about the lunaclism. She's totally disconnected from what the crew, including you, have gone through and are still going through. We've successfully deposited a protocol for disconnection in the EVA airlock database. Please, Administrator, you're our only hope. How do I know you're not just screwing with me here, Naomi Protocol? Are you kidding me right now? It's not an EVA airlock there. What's the process of deactivating her? They said it was in the EVA airlock database, but I don't, I do not know. Maybe that's what this is? It's not there yet, though. That's the weird thing. We still don't have the observatory either, which I haven't bothered to do because it looks like it goes on the edge and it reduces our hull integrity. So I haven't bothered to do that, but I might end up getting rid of one of our docking bays and doing that too, possibly. We don't quite need this many docking bays. I did need it, but like if this is the last system, then eventually we're going to get to the point where we don't need it anymore. Maybe. I want to check out Romulus first to see if it's even remotely possible, which probably means that we're going to have to send a colonization team there to check it out. So we'll look at that too. And this thing still isn't messing with me. I'm not sure why it's just sitting there dormant, not doing anything, but you're not a threat as long as you don't hit me. Oh, here we go. What's this? Event available. The crew are hallucinating, a symptom of dead Earth sickness and UN propaganda. Romulus does not exist. Are you kidding me? Administrator, there's no planet here. This is just a symptom of dead Earth sickness and UN propaganda. Romulus doesn't exist. Okay, well, I got the science that was there for anyway. We'll go to Remus and check out that, I guess. And then if I can deactivate Eden, I feel like that's exactly the wrong thing to do with the Pyrenees being here right now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would want to really make sure that we are good to go before I, you know, have to get in a fight with the Pyrenees one more time. And I would really like to get the Medusa to be active on our ship. So I think for the purposes of this,
A science ship team.
we're going to say the Naglfort goes away, and we're going to have the Medusa stationed here. And now that the Medusa has a home, it'll be able to interact with other things. And so we will send you to Aventine over there so that we can, I guess, figure out what's going on around this system. Apparently we have a planet that doesn't exist.
Has arrived at its destination.
I doubt it. But I do not see a method of actually...
A new request awaits your attention.
Another request. What is going on here? Witness the Tiqqun. Okay. The Scientific Syndicate of Sector 1 has found a solution for the Pyrenees problem. Now that we have finally reached a viable exoplanet, the Tiqqun has no further purpose. Scientific Syndicate proposed the following. As preparations are being made for colonization, the Tiqqun's sectors should be filled with batteries. Once they are charged and the crew ready for exit, a flight path will be plotted for the Tiqqun to crash into the Pyrenees. Igniting the stored power should be enough to destroy the BMS warship. In the scenario where there is no longer any life on board the Tiqqun, I am authorized as the PA of this station to lead it to its end. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, so what have we learned today? We've learned that the system is not all it seems. That Remus is a place where we must assimilate. It looks pretty good. I do want to see the picture of it, but we'll look at that next time. We looked at Remus is a place where the Astrogites are at, and instead of us forming the planet to our needs, we must change ourselves to the planet. So that's what they're doing. We have Romulus, or we don't have Romulus, or we do, or we don't. We don't know yet. And then we now have the Medusa, which has revived itself from the dead somehow and gotten itself into the proper place of all places to spawn. So I'm a little bit... I'm thrown off a little bit by the Medusa. I would accept almost everything, but this is weird. It's almost like...
Has arrived at its destination.
It's almost like something was supposed to happen to this ship. Maybe the Roktansky? Maybe I was supposed to do something there that's different, and this part of the story has prompted, even though it's not supposed to? I don't know. Because these guys died. I'm certain that they died. But I guess they didn't die. We just lost contact with them. I suppose that's what happened. So, in the next video...
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
Okay. We're getting accidents. Crazy amounts of accidents now. And I'm unsure why that would happen with optimal conditions. But there's an accident in every single sector again. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that is frustrating. I got to figure out what the heck that is. I'm going to leave the video here for now. And it looks to me like we either need to make a decision. We need to somehow find a way to... well, look, we just need to build enough batteries to cover an area of 1,000 tiles. We're actually halfway there already, which is kind of cool. We need to meet with the Astrogites on Remus. That's the next thing we're gonna do, so we'll do that when we come back for the next one, and then possibly we have the option to go to Romulus instead if it exists, and we can live there on our own terms rather than going with the Astrogites. But that requires us to basically shut off Eden, which may or may not be a good decision. I have no idea. We'll think about this, and we'll come back to it next time. Right now, I just got all these accidents that I would like to figure out what's going on with that. Thanks for watching. I hope that you'll join me for the next one. Bye-bye.